Hi guys, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. I am Josef Bodnar. In this video tutorial I'm going to talk about zooming and panning. Zooming and panning are ways to navigate around an image that you'll use often as you work on images in Photoshop. To practice working with the zoom and pan controls, open an image. Zooming means changing the amplification of the image. You may want to zoom in for a closer view of part of an image, or you may want to zoom out to see more of an image on your screen. The most straightforward way to zoom is to select the zoom tool toward the bottom of the tools panel here. Then go up to the options bar for the zoom tool, where you'll find a plus icon for zooming in and a minus icon for zooming out. Let's start with the plus icon. First, I click on zoom tool inside this tools panel. And after I go up here inside the options bar and I click on this plus icon, which is zoom in option, and the same time which is the default. Then to zoom in, move into image and click, and each time you click you'll zoom in a little further, as you can see. To zoom back out to see more of the image again, go back to the option bar and this time select the minus icon and click again several times on the image to zoom back out. If you want to zoom again in, you have to go back to the option bar and click on this plus icon again and click again on the image to zoom in again. Now you may get tired of going up to the options bar every time when you want to switch between zooming in and zooming out. But you should know there is a shortcut that will help you when the zoom in option is active, how it is now, as you can see. So you can switch to zooming out by holding the Alt key on Windows or the Option key if you are on a Mac. I'm working on Windows, so I'm going to press and hold down the Alt key. Now, as you can see, the plus icon was changed to minus icon, and that switched to zooming out. You can click on the image to zoom out. Release the Alt key and you are switched back to zoom in, and click on the image to zoom in again. Hold again the Alt key, you are switched to zoom out and zooming out now. Clicking on the image, release the Alt key, you are switched to zoom in, click on the image and the image is zooming in as you click on it. Also, you should know that the zoom tool has a couple of options here in its option bar that you can use to move quickly to zoom levels that you use often. For example, this option bar for zoom tool has this fit screen option here in the option bar, which comes in handy when you are zoomed in like this and you want to go back to a view of the entire image. So I'm going to give a click on this fit screen option with the left of my mouse, and here you go. The entire image fits itself into your document view. Another useful option is this 100 option. Again, click in this, zoom you into 100% view of the image, which is the best way to view an image when you are checking for sharpness. Now I'm working on a small screen and this image is pretty large, so when I zoom in to 100%, I can't see the whole image on my screen. Although you may not experience the same thing if you are working on a large monitor. Another great way to zoom is using the navigator panel. Go up to Window menu and select the navigator, and we can zoom in or out using this slider. Moving to the left, we'll zoom out. Moving to the right, we'll zoom in, as you can see. Also, I can reposition this rectangle, which you can see now here, to zoom into different area. Yeah, now I hold the mouse and I move this rectangle in different area where I want to zoom. For example, here, where this part of tree is situated. I release the mouse and the rectangle will stick there. If I want to move this rectangle to the different area, just I hold the left side of the mouse, I drag this rectangle to the different area which I want to zoom. Yeah, for example here, if I want to zoom in, I move to right. If I want to zoom out that area, I move to the left. Also, I can make my own rectangle if I hold down the Control key on Windows or the Command key on Mac. So, I'm working on Windows and I'm going to hold down the Control key. I go with the cursor to the area where I want to make my own rectangle. I press the left side of the mouse and I drag my own rectangle. Here you go. Now I release the mouse. If I want to drag another rectangle to a different area, I hold down the Control key again. I go to the area where I want to make my own rectangle. I press the mouse and I drag my own rectangle in this area. I release the mouse and the Control key. Yeah. So now my rectangle is here. And this is what you see now in the document view. And I can move to the right to zoom in, or to the left to zoom out. Alright, I close the navigator by clicking on the double arrows icon. I click on the image to move in. Yeah. If I want to see a different part of this image at this zoom level, I'm going to need to move the image around in my document window. That's called panning. And this is done with another tool, which is called the hand tool. This hand tool is situated just right above this zoom tool. As you can see, this is the hand tool. I'm going to select this hand tool, so I give a click on it. Then I'll move into the image and notice that my cursor is now changed to a hand icon. I click and drag and move the image in the document window to a place that I want to see. And then I release my mouse and the image is stopped. When I'm done with the checking using the hand tool here, I want to go back to view the entire image on screen. I go back to the options bar for the hand tool, and there I see the same fit screen option that we had for the zoom tool. So I can just click fit screen in the hand tool options bar, and that takes me back to see the entire image in my document window. Another way that I can quickly hide the fit on screen is to double click on the hand tool. So I'm gonna go back and click on zoom tool. I'm gonna to zoom in this image, and now I select the hand tool and I give a double click on this hand tool. And here you go, you can see how the image was fit in again in this document window. If I want this image to fit, so to be zoomed to 100%, I select zoom tool and I give a double click on it. And now this image is zoomed to 100%. Let me to show you another way to zoom. Instead of clicking, you can do continuous zoom by holding your mouse. So I select the zoom tool in the tools panel, and I move into this image. I'm gonna to click and hold in the image, and the image zooms in continuously. If you zoom in really far like this, you can see the pixels that are the building blocks of an image in Photoshop. I'm gonna go back to the option bar and click fit screen, and the entire image fit again inside this document window. Let's see how we can work with another tool, maybe the brush tool. So I click the brush tool, and you are painting in a small area and you don't want to switch out of the brush tool over the zoom tool just to zoom. Well, there is a shortcut that you can use instead of the zoom tool, and that is the control key on PC or the command key on a Mac. So press down and hold down the control key, and press the plus key, holding the control key, press the plus key, press the plus key, yeah, and you can see how the image is zooming in. Now keep holding the control key and press the minus key, and you can see how the image is zooming out. So this is another way to zoom in and zoom out without to switch out of a certain tool over to zoom tool. Now let's see how we can zoom and pan when we are working with multiple images. Therefore, I'm gonna go back to home screen. I give a click on this icon, which takes me back here to home screen. I'm going to select this image. Now I've got two images. If I want to navigate on each of them, just I go and I give a click on these tabs. Yeah. Okay. I go up and I select the window menu, then arrange, and I select this tile all vertical. and this makes my document window to be divided in two parts. Yeah, on the left side I've got this image, and on the right side I've got another images. Now in this moment I've got the same zoom percentage, but let's change here. Let it be here like 36 percentage. Yeah, and now I've got a different zoom percentage. The right one is 36%, and the left one is 16.67%. If I ever wanted to match the zoom percentage, I could select the window and then arrange and then match zoom. And now the zoom is matched for the both images, as you can see down here. 36% for the right image and 36% for the left image. And now if I want to zoom out or in on both of these images, I select the zoom tool, and then I'm going to enable zoom all windows. Now the zoom in is selected. Yeah, as you can see, the both images are zoom in. I select zoom out, the both images are zooming out. I switch to zoom in, and the both images are zoomed in. I switch to zoom out, the both images are zoomed out at the same time. Likewise, if I select the hand tool, I have the option to scroll all windows. So I click this option, and I click on one of these images and drag in one image. As you can see, both images scroll at one time. Here you go. So as you can see, there are a variety of different ways to view your images. It's good to know that they exist, so that you can find a method that works the best for you. So that was an introduction to zooming and panning that I hope will help you to navigate between your images as you are working on them in Photoshop. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video tutorial. See you next time.